I'm Angela, a doctor of psychology, and today we're going to dive into a big, juicy mix of beauty, biology, and brain science. So, why do morphed faces, like where you have blended a bunch of faces into one, why does that face look more attractive than the individual faces? And how do things like symmetry, youthfulness, and hormones play a role when it comes to beauty? Because yes, science says we do like average, but not just any average. So let's dig in. But first, let's take a step back. Because why are we even obsessed with looks? It's because, from an evolutionary perspective, our appearance is packed with a bunch of clues about our health, fertility, and also safety. Attractiveness was something that helped our ancestors choose strong, healthy partners, and also at the same time avoiding the risky ones. In today's world, it's not just about survival. It's about social advantage. And we do associate beauty with confidence, with success, with even trustworthiness, often without us realizing it. And it's not shallow. It sounds shallow, it feels shallow, but it is biology. And your brain is constantly scanning for these signals whenever you're meeting a person. Attractiveness is a variable that we do pay attention to. If you're thinking, we just remove this variable in our social encounters. I do agree. I wish we could, but it's deeper than that. So when you blend a number of faces into one, in a computer program, we can morph 5, 50, 100 faces and blend them so they all become one. What happens is that this final result, this blended result, becomes more attractive than the individual ones. What's that all about? Psychologists call this the Averageness effect, but why? What's happening here? Well, first of all, it removes irregularities. It kind of blends out asymmetries and bumps, creating a more smooth surface, more smooth features. Number 2, this also creates more symmetry, which is one of these beauty factors. Our brains are wired to find this pleasing, meaning when one half of our face matches the other, the symmetry increases. It boosts familiarity, and we tend to like whatever we feel familiar with. I've heard theories where the discussion has been around why we sometimes choose a partner that resembles our own physical appearance, meaning our own looks. The reason to that would be that, first of all, we are familiar with our own face. We see it often, every day. Whenever we look in a mirror, and our own face is also a mix of our parents. So finding a partner that resembles ourselves and also at the same time indirectly resembles my parents, which might evoke feelings of trust, of comfort, of safety because of all these childhood and adult encounters. So this new partner of mine might, because of that, have an appearance that resembles something that I feel comfortable and safe with. No, the most attractive faces aren't just average, they also include amplified traits tied to our sex hormones. In women, estrogen shapes fuller lips, large eyes, and softer features. In men, testosterone enhances more square jaws, thicker brows, and defined cheekbones. These traits signal fertility and biological strength. These features often also push the attractiveness ratings higher, even if they break from the average a bit. So, if you or me are gonna deviate from the average in some direction, for women, we should deviate in a one particular direction, while as a man, I should deviate in this testosterone enhanced direction. And the reason to why this average appearance at all is a feature that scientists have noted do enhance our attractiveness is because being average, we're gonna be like if we are average, this means we are being like the prototype of a human being. People I know who are very tall do get anxious about their height after a certain point. And at the same time, being very short is also something that we would prefer not being. And at the same time, with our facial features, we don't want to deviate too much in any direction, except for these hormone enhanced traits. So think about an average face where we don't want to deviate in any direction, but in these hormone attached features. There's one set for women and there is another set for men. So the most attractive faces are usually average plus, balanced overall, an average human face, but with a standout masculine features or feminine traits. So let's zoom in on two of the biggest ingredients when it comes to human beauty, behind what we find beautiful in our fellow humans. So we talked about symmetry, and symmetry is about the left side of our face being equivalent to our right side. And we are deeply wired to find symmetrical faces attractive. It signals health and stability in our development, and even babies prefer symmetrical faces. And what about youthfulness? That's also a critical variable when it comes to making a face more beautiful in others' eyes. This is another major cue and is strongly and walks hand in hand with perceived beauty. Let's think about all these enhancements that are popular, that we humans make to appear to become more beautiful in our own and in others' eyes. These aim to make us more average and at the same time have these standout feminine or masculine features. Just think about surgeries, think about fillers, think about makeup, where we want to accentuate our eyes, our lips, cheekbones. So every time you do something or every time you feel beautiful, you are at the same time more average and as having these hormone-driven features more prominent or visible. Just think about some of the celebrities of our time. They do fit this picture of averageness with amplified gender-specific features. Of course, there are always exceptions. Just think about blending together, morphing 30 random faces into one. That new creation will be more attractive than these individual faces. But then if you just slightly enhance certain traits, just a bit, boom, the attractiveness spikes. So how could we use these insights practically? How could you use these insights in your life? Because you can't morph your face with a bunch of other people's faces. Here you could choose the most beautiful faces in the world that you blend your own face with. But you can boost your own perceived attractiveness. And here's some of my tips that are in line with these scientifically proven attractiveness enhancing features for us humans. So number one, enhance your symmetry and averageness with makeup, grooming. As a man, you can groom your beard in a way that enhances your jawline. As a woman, we can do so much with makeup. If we feel our face isn't of the shape or form that we would wish it to be, we can even change, partly at least, the shape of it. We can change and enhance our eyes, lips, eyebrows, jawline. I would say there's more we can do ourselves than whatever we are born with. Then you can choose a hairstyle that frames your face in a way to make it more the way you wish it to be. You could also accentuate your feminine or your masculine features with either makeup, beard, haircut, hair color. Okay, what about the youthful cues? There's only so much we can do about our age, even though there's all kinds of tricks that we could benefit from if we choose to. So one of the most simple ones is prioritizing good sleep. Because science shows that being rested, getting a good night's sleep as often as possible, will make us more attractive. We can prioritize hydration, drinking enough water. We can prioritize skincare, taking care of ourselves. We can try to live according to our own values to create a happy life. I know it's easier said than done, but this will affect us. This will affect our appearance. And let's remember body language and confidence. These are beauty amplifiers too. So, to conclude, are the most attractive faces simply average? Yes, but they're also youthful, symmetrical, and carry strong hormonal cues. And they do feel familiar, they feel safe, and emotionally compelling. So please tell me in the comments which features you usually notice in a person, in a face. And have you ever felt yourself being drawn to a person without knowing exactly why? And if you love decoding the science behind human attraction, behavior, and first impressions, I'd love you to subscribe. And I often talk about the psychology behind whatever we see. So thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best.